everyone, welcome to Uniscent. We are all about fragrances. We do fragrance reviews, hauls, comparisons, collections, designer, niche, and Middle Eastern fragrances. Today, I'll be reviewing one of my favorite Molten Brown fragrances, Milk Musk. We'll be comparing the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum. If this sounds like something you'd be interested in, please consider subscribing and turning post notifications on. Let's get into it. So I'm going to put the notes up for both the Eau de Parfum and the Eau de Toilette, and then we'll compare the notes of both. So let's just go through the notes of the Eau de Parfum, and then we'll go through the notes of the Eau de Toilette. So in the top of the Eau de Parfum, we get milk and elemi resin. In the mid, we get vanilla, musk, and ambroxan. And in the base, we get tonka bean and benzoin. Then the notes in the Eau de Toilette, in the top we get pear and peach, in the mid we get musk, vanilla, and ambroxan, and in the base we get tonka bean and white cedar extract. So we're going to go through Milk Musk Eau de Toilette first, and then we'll go through the Eau de Parfum second. So this is the Eau de Toilette. It's the clear bottles. All the clear bottles are the Eau de Toilettes, and then the bottles with the black bottoms and a colored top are the Eau de Parfums. I have a 50 ml of the Eau de Toilette and 100 ml of the Eau de Parfum. I love the Eau de Parfum, so I got a bigger bottle of the Eau de Parfum than the Eau de Toilette. But let's go through Eau de Toilette. Decent atomizer. I'm going to spray it on my skin as well. I do have the dry down strip as well, so we can compare the dry down and the opening. So in the opening, the peach is very, very prominent from the get-go. And then the vanilla hits as well, quite significantly in the beginning. On my skin, I get the musk quite strong. It's quite a clean scent, so I get a clean musk, a semi-sweet vanilla, and then that nice little bit of fruitiness from the peach. Now if we get into the dry down, you still smell that fruitiness from those top notes. It gets a bit powdery. And I do start getting a little bit of a lactonic vibe, even though there's no milk in this fragrance. I do get a lactonic vibe. I'm not sure how, but I do get a lactonic vibe. And the tonka starts coming through as well. On the paper, I'm not quite getting as much sweetness, but on the skin, I'm getting quite a bit of sweetness from the vanilla. So the sweetness has definitely been amped up a little bit more in the dry down. In the initial opening, I found that it wasn't as sweet, but as it's dried down, I've definitely gotten a little bit more sweetness. So longevity for this fragrance is where it lets me down a little bit. I get 4 to 5 hours of longevity with a lot of overspraying, and I overspray a lot. So this is with really like a lot of overspraying. And I get intimate projection, more of a close to the skin kind of fragrance. I'd like the projection to be more, but unfortunately, with it being an Eau de Toilette, it is a lighter scent. Eau de Toilettes are lighter than Eau de Parfums, so it comes with the nature of the fragrance. I would say season-wise, you could wear it all year round. It's a cozy scent, so it's definitely cozy enough for winter, but you'd have to really, really overspray for winter. So overall, I find this a very cozy, warm scent. It is almost yummy, so it's slightly gourmand, not entirely, but slightly gourmand with a lactonic aspect, even though there's no milk in it. And personally, I use this fragrance a lot for sleeping, just because it's a warm, cozy fragrance, and I feel just nice and comfy and sweet and yummy while I'm sleeping, and I just enjoy it at night. Also because it's quite intimate, so I don't need it to project. So I wear this a lot at night. But yeah, it's a really nice fragrance. Let's compare the eau de parfum now. So this is the eau de parfum. As you can see, it's got the white cap and the black bottom. You can actually see the juice in the bottom if you look at it through light. But it does have a black bottom and then a beautiful, beautiful white top, which I really like. So in the opening, it's definitely stronger right off the bat. You can pick up the resin immediately, and the vanilla comes through right away. There's a warm ambery vibe in it. It's almost amber-esque. And there's a mild musk that's coming through, but it does get stronger in the dry down. Let me just spray it on my skin. Yeah, so on the skin, you definitely get that vanilla. And you definitely get that warm, that ambery warmth. You really do. And I think that's coming from the ambroxan, because ambroxan kind of gives a little bit of an ambery warmth, and also from the resin. So as we go into the dry down, the musk gets a lot stronger. And you start smelling the milk. You really start smelling the milk now. Especially on the skin, you really start smelling the milk. And it gets very lactonic. I get a slight powderiness as well, but very, very slight. It's not nearly as strong as in the eau de toilette. The vanilla comes through quite a bit on the skin. Not so much on the paper, but on the skin it definitely comes through. And the ambery vibe just picks up even more. I definitely get an amber-esque kind of sense in this fragrance. Amber and vanilla and a lactonic note. So I would round this up as a ambery vanilla lactonic fragrance. Longevity, I get 6 to 8 hours, which is a lot more, and it's a lot stronger. And this is also with overspraying. So I find both of these fragrances I do need to overspray. They are on the lighter side, but the eau de parfum definitely is heavier. But I do tend to overspray both of them in any case. The projection with eau de parfum, I find it moderate to strong. Initially in the beginning, I find it quite strong, and then once it starts drying down and a few hours later, it starts getting more moderate than strong. And season, I would say year-round again. Again, it's a warm, cozy fragrance, and I find this one is strong enough for a winter fragrance for a date night or that kind of thing. It's not a super, super sexy fragrance. It's just really warm and cozy. So not for a necessarily like a new relationship where it's the first time you're meeting the person and you want to smell uber sexy. You kind of you want it to be like one of those like movie nights where you stay in, you watch a movie, you have some popcorn, you have some hot chocolates, some marshmallows, and you just want a warm, cozy vibe at home. So overall, I do prefer the EDP over the EDT. Because the EDP is stronger, it performs better, it has better projection, it's more amber-esque, it's more lactonic, it's more vanilla, it's just overall a much stronger scent. It's slightly sweeter, which I really enjoy, but I do enjoy the eau de toilette for bedtime. I really enjoy the eau de toilette for bedtime. I wouldn't use eau de parfum to sleep in just because it's a bit heavy to sleep in. I would rather use the eau de toilette to sleep in. So if you want, you can get both. One to sleep in, one to go out with. But if you're looking for one that's a little bit softer, if you're the kind of person that wants a softer scent, then by all means go ahead for the eau de toilette. That'll be the better option for you. If you're wanting a heavier scent, then go for the eau de parfum. Then that's going to be a better scent for you. But overall, they are quite similar. There's just odd differences between them. The one is just definitely stronger than the other, and there are obviously different notes in them. The one actually has milk, the other one doesn't, but it still gives a lactonic effect. I would also say affordability plays a role in this. So the eau de toilette is obviously a little bit more affordable than the eau de parfum, but you are looking at decreased performance with the eau de toilette. So you've got to weigh up your options on affordability and performance. So we've made it to the end of this review. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you found this helpful, please click that like button. It really helps the channel. And please let me know what other Molten Brown fragrances you'd like me to review and which are your favorites. See you soon. Bye!